got to take it upon yourself to respect yourself. Once you respect yourself, so many people respect you after that. Did I even respect when I came up here? Initially, people were talking, but now everybody's listening. Because I respect myself. And I know that what I'm saying, I hope is hitting each one listening. Check yourself. You gotta get checked. You gotta get tested. HIV is not a game. STDs is not a game. 1 in 4 teenage girls will get an STD. That's not a game. It's not something that people just say just for the sake of saying it. It's so important. And what's crazy is, these are just people who have gotten tested that we know about. What about the so many people that never got tested, that don't know, that are still going to spread the virus? You got to. Protect yourself is the last part of the RCP movement. And I'm not just talking about the use of condoms. The ultimate protection, everybody knows is abstinence. And if you can't abstain, use your brain. You gotta make sure that if you decide that you want to try certain things, you protect yourself. You cannot leave it up to the other person to do it, because let's just say they didn't know that they were infected because they never got a test and they pass it on to you. Then what happens? It's going to keep on spreading. It's so important. I can't stress it enough. Respect yourself. Check yourself. Protect yourself. I mean, it's spreading. And it's something that we don't talk about. Like I said earlier, when I mentioned to everybody who wants to be a professional athlete, I saw hands going all across the room. When I took my shirt off and I said, who has a question or wants to say something about HIV? I saw maybe 2 hands. So it's not something that we're talking about. And the reason I'm saying all that is to say this. So many things are here today for you guys. For each and every person that's sitting on the bleachers. Information, education, testing is so important. All this information is out here for you guys. And we can talk about all the negative things that are going on outside these doors. But the positive thing is that we're all in here getting educated. That we're all in here trying to make a better day for ourselves in the future. Majority of the people in here are the generation of tomorrow. We got to take a stand today. We can't wait on somebody else to do it. You can't expect somebody to respect you if you don't respect yourself. Young ladies, it's so important. You know, I see a lot of times, a lot of the young ladies go to older men because, you know, maybe they may need something. They may see the flash, they may see money, they may see experience. But what you gotta also understand is, older men are not all, you know, don't get me wrong, but some older men do have the experience. And they will put you in situations where sometimes you don't feel comfortable, but because he's older, you feel he knows better. But let's just say that man encourages you to have unprotected sex, and he's infected and never let you know. You ever thought about that? What if that man had an STD and never let you know? Does his money look as good anymore? You gotta think about that. HIV is spread, y'all. It's not something to take lightly. It's not something to joke about. I'm sure if I went around the room, majority of you could tell me, or someone you know that either has the virus, someone that has died from AIDS. And you know what? Let me also let you guys know something. And I'm gonna ask this by someone who may know. Do you guys think that someone who is infected or uninfected is at a higher risk just by me sitting next to me? If I'm infected and she's not, who do you think is at a higher risk? the infected individual. There's a lot of myths that are out there. Let me tell you something. HIV cannot be spread by casual contact. You can't get it from touching, high-fiving, drinking after the person, things like that. You can't get it that way. Well, how you can get it is any activity with an infected person that exchanges breast milk, vaginal fluid, semen, or blood, and this is with an infected person, puts you at risk of getting HIV. Casual contact does not fall in that category. And you know what? I noticed that working with our organization, we have people who are both infected and affected. Everybody know what affected means, right? That when we go out, when you're wearing the shirt, just like how my man said earlier, wow. Or my other man, he didn't want to say anything. Because sometimes you don't know what to say, sometimes you don't know how to act. But you know what? People who are infected are still people. And at the end of the day, and this is not to scare anybody, but it's real. At the end of the day, the people next to you are not wearing this shirt. So, did you ever think about, you know what? I could possibly be that person, or the person next to me could possibly be that person who's wearing this shirt, and it's 100% true. But the reason I brought up the sitting next to is because don't be afraid of people that are infected with HIV. Unless you are engaging